Hi everyone, today I'm making phở Việt quay or phở noodle soup with roasted duck. This is a pretty time-consuming and challenging recipe, but if you are brave enough to give it a try, you will be extremely satisfied. Let's begin.
Helen's Recipes.
Now in a molten pestle, roughly crush a piece of ginger with a teaspoon of salt. Add some cooking wine or vodka if you have, and rub this mix all over the duck inside and out. This is to remove the strong feather smell and make the duck mix really fragrant when cooked. Then rinse really well under running water and drain. To prepare the spice mix, in a small bowl, mix together a tablespoon of Vietnamese white spice powder, a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon pepper, a teaspoon of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons sugar, a teaspoon of chicken stock, and half a teaspoon of annatto powder or bột màu điều. You can also substitute with paprika powder, 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. Give it a really good mix. Into the duck's cavity, we're gonna add 3 slices of ginger and 2 to 3 shallots, which I will roughly crushed. Wear on plastic gloves and rub the mix all over the duck inside and out. It smells really good already. Okay, after giving the duck a good massage with the rub, we're gonna use bamboo skewer to close the cavity. I just use some random stitch like this. This is just to lock all the spices inside the duck so it remains fragrant and juicy. You can leave the duck in the fridge to marinate for about 3 to 5 hours, or you can hang it up and leave it in front of a fan so the skin can dry out and become more crispy when roasted. Now to cook the broth, prepare 2 kilograms of chicken bones. You can also use soup chickens or unused parts like the neck and the wings. Fill the pot with about 4 liters of water, half an onion, and a tablespoon of salt and a teaspoon of rock sugar. Bring to a boil and then lower the heat to simmer for 1 to 2 hours. To prepare the glaze for the duck, in a small bowl, we're gonna mix together 2 tablespoons of vinegar and a tablespoon of maltose or honey and half a teaspoon of annatto powder to give the duck a really beautiful color. Now roast the duck in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius or 400 Fahrenheit. It's best to roast the duck in an oven with the auto rotation function. My oven is pretty small, but it's very functional, and it does come with a horizontal auto rotation stick. The duck is rotated constantly during the roasting, and hence is browned very evenly. If your oven does not come with this auto rotation, you can rotate yourself once every 20 minutes, and then every time you take out and brush with that delicious glaze, so the duck skin can get crispy, shiny, and beautiful. This is completely optional, but if you do have some sashum or sea worms, you can cut into about 3-inch length and then roast in a dry pan until golden and fragrant. Gonna release a lot of scents. You also want to cut it open and then rinse really well the insides to clean all the sands. Then throw into the broth about 30 to 45 minutes before serving. To create the pho aroma, of course, you will also need to grill some more roots like 3 shallots, 3 slices of ginger, and some spices like 3 star anise and 1 cinnamon stick until it's slightly charred on the outside, and then you're gonna scrape off the black bits and insert into another spice bowl and drop into the broth about 30 to 45 minutes before serving. Season the broth again with some more salt, rock sugar, and chicken stock. Cut the onion into paper-thin slices and soak in a bowl of ice cold water to reduce the strong onion smell and also make it more crispy. After roasting for 1 hour, you can increase the temperature of the oven to about 250 degrees Celsius or 480 Fahrenheit and roast for another 10 minutes so the duck skin gonna get really golden and crispy, and then you're gonna remove it and let it cool. Oh my god, look at that! Isn't this amazing? Oh my god, it smells crazily good. So when the duck is completely cooled down, you can use a knife to remove the drumsticks and save it for your favorite person. Then debone the duck and cut the meat into slices. You can save the sauce dripping out of the duck in a bowl, and you can add that into your pho bowl later to intensify the flavor. Now in a noodle strainer, add a handful of bean sprouts and the pho noodles of course, and blanch in hot water for a couple of seconds and transfer to a bowl. Then arrange the roasted duck on top. Oh my god, ladle that amazingly fragrant and delicious broth over. Sprinkle with some chopped spring onion, cilantro, a few chili slices, and the thinly sliced onion. Of course, you're gonna serve this with some fresh herbs like Asian basils and salted herbs, a wedge of lime, some chilies. Oh man, I seriously can't wait, guys. I know it takes some time to prepare, but I promise you the results will never disappoint. Give it a try and share with me a photo if you do on Instagram with hashtag Helen Recipes, and I'm really excited to see it. This recipe, together with so many other pho and noodle recipes, can be found in my cookbook, Simply Pho, which is available now on Amazon and all other bookstores on and offline. You can click on the link to grab one now if you haven't already. Otherwise, just click subscribe and turn on the bell button so you won't miss my next video when it comes out. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.